Right now, somebody is sitting in traffic, holding cold coffee, driving to a job they don't really like. So they can pay bills for a life they barely have time to live. And somewhere deep in their body, something ancient is going, "What are we doing?" Because your body was not built for this. It was not built for alarms, emails, rent, password resets, calendar invites, or sitting in a chair for 9 hours pretending that's normal. For most of human history, there were no bosses, no clocks, no commutes, no grocery stores, no Monday morning. So, what did ancient humans actually do all day? Not kings, not warriors, not pyramid builders, just regular people, your ancestors, the people who lived before farms, before cities, before money, and before anyone said, "Let's circle back after lunch." For hundreds of thousands of years, humans lived as hunter-gatherers. They found food, made tools, raised children, told stories, argued, laughed, rested, moved, and tried not to get eaten by something with better teeth. Now, this was not paradise. A tooth infection could kill you. A broken leg could ruin you. A bad season could mean hunger. But their daily life may have felt more human than ours. So let's walk through one day. Morning. You do not wake up to an alarm. You wake up because the world wakes up, the sky gets lighter, birds start making noise. A baby cries, someone coughs, a fire pops. You are sleeping near your people, family, friends, children, old people. And probably one annoying guy everyone tolerates because he knows where the good honey is. Everything you own is nearby. A hide, a bag, a tool, a bow, a digging stick, maybe some beads. Not a closet full of junk you bought during a sale and forgot about. The first thing people do is talk. In a small camp, talking is not wasting time. Talking is how the group works. Who saw animal tracks? Where was the fruit good yesterday? Who is sick? Who is angry? Who didn't share? Who is acting a little too impressed with himself? This is the news. This is therapy. This is the legal system. This is the group chat. Except instead of memes and arguments, it actually helps everyone survive. There is no manager, no HR department. If someone gets selfish, people talk about it. If someone gets arrogant, people make fun of him. Ancient humans didn't need performance reviews. They had gossip. And honestly, it probably worked better. After the morning talk, people start moving. Some go gathering, some go hunting, some stay back with children, older relatives, tools, fires, or shelter work. This is where movies get it wrong. They make it look like ancient life was mostly men sprinting around with spears while everyone else waited for dinner. But hunting was unreliable. A hunter could walk all day, follow tracks for hours, miss his chance, and come home with nothing but sore feet and a dramatic story. Basically, every fishing trip ever, the steady food often came from gathering. Roots, berries, fruit, nuts, seeds, eggs, shellfish, honey, plants that took generations to understand, because some plants feed you, and some plants heal you, and some plants make you violently regret trusting nature. So gatherers were not just wandering around grabbing snacks, they were carrying a library in their heads. What grows where, when it ripens, what needs cooking, and what to avoid, what only an idiot eats twice. Children come along. Because this is school and not a classroom, not a bell, not a worksheet. A child watches someone dig roots, then tries it badly. An older kid shows a younger kid where berries grow. A boy makes a tiny bow and shoots at birds. Nobody says, "Today's lesson is survival." They just live next to the lesson. By late morning, food starts coming back. Not in grocery bags, not wrapped in plastic, and not dropped off by a guy named Brandon in a Honda Civic. It comes back dirty, sticky, heavy, sometimes still moving. Then the second part begins, processing it, cracking nuts, roasting roots, cutting meat, cleaning fish, pounding seeds, scraping hides, and carrying water, fixing tools, keeping the fire alive. So no, ancient humans were not just lying around all day doing cave yoga. There was work, real work, but the work was connected directly to life. Hungry? Find food, cold, make fire, tool broken, fix it, shelter leaking, repair it. There was no spreadsheet about the shelter, no quarterly firewood meeting, no one asking if you had bandwidth to revisit berries. You did the thing because the thing mattered. Around midday, The pace slows, especially in hot places. Modern people call this lazy. Ancient people called it not dying in the sun. People sit in shade, they nap, repair arrows, and make baskets, and tell jokes, pick bugs from each other's hair, which sounds disgusting, but was also bonding, care, touch, a quiet way of saying, you belong here. That matters because ancient humans were almost never truly alone. Today, a person can be surrounded by thousands of people and still feel invisible. Back then, your people were loud, nosy, annoying, and always nearby. But they were there. In the afternoon, maybe people visit another camp. Maybe relatives arrive. Maybe tools are traded. Maybe stories are exchanged. Maybe two teenagers flirt badly. Proving awkward flirting is older than civilization. Ancient humans were not isolated cave goblins. They had networks. They knew neighboring groups. They traded shells, stone, tools, and information across long distances. They had social media. It just required walking, and probably had fewer people pretending to be rich. Of course, there were problems. These were humans, not woodland angels. People got jealous, and people lied, people stole, and people held grudges. But in a mobile group, conflict had a release valve. If things got too tense, someone could leave. Go stay with relatives, move to another camp, let the anger cool. Try doing that today because Karen microwaved fish at work again. You can't. You have a lease, a job, a car payment. Ancient people had danger. Modern people have been trapped in systems we pretend are normal. Then evening comes, the camp pulls back together, hunters return. Maybe they have meat. Maybe they have nothing. Maybe they have a very detailed explanation for why having nothing is actually impressive. Gatherers return with the reliable food. Children drift back in. Fires grow brighter. Roots roast. Meat sizzles. Fruit gets split. Someone laughs too loud. Someone tells the same story again, and someone complains. Because every human group in history has had one full-time complainer. Then comes the meal, not alone in front of a screen, not in a car, not standing over the sink, together. The group eats food they found, carried, cooked, and shared. Sharing was not optional. It was survival. Today you find food, tomorrow someone else does. Next week you are sick, injured, old, unlucky, or just bad at hunting. Generosity was the savings account. Reputation was the credit score, and being selfish was a great way to become unpopular very fast. Then darkness takes over, real darkness. Not the power went out, but my phone has 42% darkness, ancient darkness. The fire becomes everything: light, heat, protection, a kitchen, living room, television, church, classroom. At night, people tell stories and how the world began, why the stars move, what happened to the foolish hunter, where danger lives, who your grandparents were, who you are. Before writing, stories were memory. A story could teach a child what to avoid. A story could keep a dead person alive. A story could turn fear into something the group could hold together. Eventually, people sleep, maybe not one perfect 8-hour block. They wake, check the fire, listen to the night, comfort a child, talk quietly, then sleep again. So what did ancient humans do all day? They walked, gathered, hunted, cooked, fixed tools, raised children, cared for old people, fought, made up, visited, shared, laughed, rested when the world told them to rest, and worked when the work actually mattered. Modern life gave us miracles, medicine, plumbing, electricity, surgery, food security, but we also traded away things our bodies still expect. Sunlight, movement, community, shared meals, useful work, deep rest, stories at night, people who know when something is wrong because they actually see your face. Your body is ancient. Your brain is ancient. Your nervous system is ancient. And somewhere under the emails, bills, passwords, and calendar invites, there is still a human being who expects to wake with the sun, walk with people they trust, do work that matters, eat with a group, laugh near a fire, and sleep under a sky that remembers them. That is what ancient humans did all day. They lived. And with almost nothing, they may have remembered how to do that better than we do.